What's going on, guys? Welcome back to ItsDjLee TV. On this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys Final Cut Pro. If you want to increase your video performance and how you actually make better videos for whatever you're using them for, whether it's YouTube, whether it's shorts, whether it's actual movie productions, this right here is going to get you guys started, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced user. Here's a few tips that you can work with right now. So first and foremost, when you open up Final Cut Pro, you will actually get this screen right here. It's going to look a little bit different. And if you don't have Final Cut Pro, you're going to get the Creative Cloud when you download Final Cut Pro, and you can pretty much do whatever you need to from the Creative Cloud. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to go ahead to File, you're going to go ahead to New, go ahead to New Project. All right, you can name your project right here. I'm going to call this Tutorial. Right here you have the way you want to save the event, in which library, the video format, I'll go with 1080p, HD, your resolution, your frame rate, your rendering, your audio, and your sample rate. I like these settings. I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna be greeted by a blank screen. All right, this right here is my workspace, pretty much my edit screen. Here is pretty much where I put my plugins and all of my actual editing controls. Over here is all of my transitions, effects. I can snap to the grid. You're not gonna really need this window right here. I can mute the sound. What is this one? Don't really use this one much, but pretty much you have all the options to work from just right here and right here. Once you get to this side over here, you're pretty much just dealing with your library. All right, pretty much the way that Final Cut Pro works is you go ahead to File, you create new, and you create a new library. Whenever you start working on something, you want to create a new library. This library is going to hold all the contents that you have in that project. You can have one library with multiple projects, or you can just have one library for each project. It's better off to have one library with multiple projects, because then you have everything in the same place. So I have my SCP Final Cut Pro library untitled. When I go here, it shows you Smart Collections. It could break it up into all audio files. It could break it up into whatever you want to break it up into, all video, all audio, favorites, projects, stills. And I can do this for any project I have going on. All right. Now, if I go ahead to right here, it breaks up into photos, music, Apple TV, sound effects. If I go to right here, these are titles and generators. Pretty much you have some cool generators you can start off with. If you're making a movie production, it can show you how it would start off. Cool features like that. Now, I'm going to show you how this would work in a live setting real quick so that it makes more sense. Now, right here, you have more features. If you want to speed up a clip, slow down a clip, reverse a clip, do jump cuts, that's right here. If you want to match color and cool features like that, that's right here. And right here is going to be your transform effects, all right? Now, I'm going to upload a clip so that you guys can see a little bit of what I'm talking about. So let me just find a nice clip. We'll do water. And I'll just find a nice water clip that I like. We'll load this one right here in. All right, it's one of my favorite ones. And this is just a regular water clip. There's no sound that came with it. If there was sound, I can detach the audio. All right, and what I just did is I just dragged it in. And when I drag it in, it ends up going to the front of the timeline. Do you see this? This is the timeline. The dark line, this is the timeline. I could take the clip, right click, remove it from the timeline. I could detach the audio. I could change the duration. I can rename the clip. I can disable the clip. I can assign audio roles. All right. I can expand this audio. I can show the animation, show the audio animation, show the tracking editor, and I can lift it from the storyline, or I can reveal it in the browser where I just got the file from. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to detach the audio, because when I'm working on projects, I don't want to have the audio that came with the project a lot of the times. All right. I want to make my own audio, especially for a voiceover. So I'm going to detach the audio, and it's going to go underneath. So now I have the audio. It's obviously empty. And when I detach the audio, it shows it up here in the top right, the volume of that audio track. It shows you could add the EQ, if you know anything about EQing. Your voice isolation. You could pan it right and left. Right here. You could choose a different mode. how you hear the sound, whether it's stereo left and right, basic surround, create space, dialogue, music, ambient circle. It can rotate around you, back to front. Cool features like that. So what I'm going to show you first and foremost is let's delete something. Let's delete this audio because I don't want that audio. Next, I'm going to lift this from the storyline. Once I lift this from the storyline, it's going to create a box underneath it because there always must be something on the storyline. So it's going to create an automatic box. Nothing could pass this box. If it's past this box, it's going to get deleted. All right. And when you're rendering or exporting this file, it's not going to pick it up. Next, let's go to the top, go to Final Cut Pro. Let's look at some settings. And pretty much you have your general settings. All right. Your time display, dialogue warnings, your audio units, inspectors. You have your editing settings, your timeline, what you want to do specifically. You have your audio settings, your durations for your fades and your cross fades. Playback, pretty much how it's going to play on the screen right here. All right. Pre-roll duration, post-roll, if you want to use those effects. You have your import. Do you want to import your files or leave it in files in place? Keywords, you analyze videos, transcodes, analyze audio, and your destinations as far as how you pretty much going to export these. All right. Right here at file is how you export. You go to share and you want to export file. All right. When you're done with your project. Like I said, you have your new project events library. All right. You can open an old library, which all your projects are going to be saved right here. Don't expect to look for something that says open project. You're going to have to open library. Click on that library, then go find your project in that library. All right. You can import media or you could just drag it in. Send to compressors. You can consolidate your library media into files. You can delete generated clip files to save space on your computer. You can reveal projects in your browser or in your Finder. You have some edit tools at the top. Cut, copy. Regular tools that you would need as far as navigating on this edit screen, this workspace right here. You can remove effects, remove attributes, duplicate the project, snapshots, keep frames track, connect the primary storyline, which is that line I just showed you guys. Insert a pen to storyline, overwrite. One that I'm going to be using is probably a freeze frame. All right. And that's for when you want to freeze something that you got going on and you want to pretty much do like a voiceover for that specific spot. All right. That's what I use freeze frames for. The next one I have is trim. You have your mark. You can use markers. You have your clip. You can audition. A lot of these you're not going to really use. I'm telling you right now. You can assign video rolls, audio rolls, like we were speaking about before. You can adjust the volume, adjust the fades. You can view certain things, how you want to view this screen, how you want to view this, how you want to skim across with this cursor. You can enter full screen mode. And your window. This is a window you may be using a lot. All right, you could show in your workspace different components, showing your secondary display. You could choose what's in your workspace. This right here is what I use a lot now. Is record voiceovers. So when I have a picture like this and I want to do a voiceover, if I'm on YouTube and I find a clip that's funny and I want to do a voiceover, I'm gonna click on voiceover. All right. And with this, once you click it, a pop-up window pops up, and this is, you can hear my voice now. I will click on this. It will count down from 3, 2, 1. I would name the clip if I want to. I could change the input gain, which is pretty much the volume coming in. I could change the input system settings. However, I want to, where the input's coming from, where my voice is coming from. The monitor off or on, which is this. Gain for the monitor. Countdown to record. You can leave it on or off. You can mute the project while recording, which would be whatever's playing here as it goes across. Would you want to mute it or you want to hear it in the headphones while you're talking? And you can create an audition from the take, which would be that file that pops up down here. All right. So with this clip right here, we can do a few things. First and foremost, I want to actually add some sound to this. So I want to go into my splice because I like to use splice to get my sounds. I'm going to find some water. Let's find some water that sounds good that I could use with this. We'll use this one right here. Pretty cool and perfect. It's nice and long, so we have to do a few things. First and foremost, let's cut this sound off. Let's find another water sound so that we can actually combine them. We're gonna combine them and make it sound even more. This comes from my background of audio engineering, where it's gonna sound more realistic. All right. Now I think I like the way this one sounds. All right, so we're gonna cut this off, come back to this screen, and we're gonna move them both to the front. What we're gonna do is the project only goes up to right here, so we're gonna hit on our keyboard the letter B. That's gonna give us the blade. We're gonna cut that everything right there at that spot. All right, and if you have this effect right here on, it's gonna go right to that spot. If it's off, you're gonna have to zoom in all the way in like this, and zoom out. Very, very tedious. All right, to get back to our other handle, our other tool, we hit the letter A. That brings us back to our mouse. You just press delete, and it deletes everything. Like I said, it can't be past this. So once I delete on here, everything that's around is gonna delete. And we're gonna go back to the beginning, change the audio sounds. All right, we're just gonna lower the volume on a few. You can drag it down right here. All right, or we can go to the top. All right, we can go up here. Click on one of the files. You change the audio right here. And I want to add one more to make it sound more realistic. Let me find another stream. We can use this one right here. Even though it says stream, we can make it sound like it's not a stream. So let's cut that off. Let's just bring this back to the beginning right here. Go ahead and get our blade tool one more time. Come right here to the timeline. Do the same thing, chop it right there. Delete that. Let's go to the beginning. We're just gonna lower this volume lower than the others so that it sounds more realistic. And just like that, it sounds like we're in the scene. All right, that's very, very, very creative. If you guys don't know about audio engineering, I could even get even more mechanical with this. If you know about audio engineering, check out my Pro Tools tutorial. We're going to click on this video right here, and we're going to go up here to color correction. A few things that we can do before we hit the color correction is we could change the format of this. All right, we could transform this video. We could zoom it in. All right, we could zoom out. Command Z will undo everything. We could change where it is on the line. All right, on the axis. Command Z. We can also change the opacity and make it see-through. All right, we could distort this image. We can crop the image, all right, from the right, from the left, whatever you want to do. We can stabilize it. We could do a lot of cool features. Another thing that we can do is we can add an effect. Let's add an effect. Let's make it rain. That's one of the effects I like to use, is the rain. I love the rain. All right, so let's find rain. We can just drag it right onto the file, and it's gonna make it seem like it's more so in a nighttime mood. We could change the amount of the effect, the density of the rain. We could change the brightness of the rain. All right. And we could also take this clip, go up here to color correction, and we could change different aspects of the color. So now I can make this come to life a little bit more. Right now I see a lot of purple. I see a lot of whites. I see dark greens. I could take this and while it's on color right here, not saturation, not exposure, but on color, I could take either the global one, the shadows, the midtones, the highlights. I could drag it up, change the color scheme, right or left, I'm sorry, not access, but to like, what's the word I'm looking for? To accent whatever I want to accent in this picture. All right, I'm gonna leave it how it was, and I'm gonna go to saturation, show you guys saturation. The same thing over here. We could change the saturation to make it look more realistic. If I play this video again, it looks pretty good. All right, I could lower the shadows, the midtones, the high tones. I can come right here, press it, drag it down, drag it up. All right, who doesn't love a colorful, alive scenery, right? Exposure, I could change how much of that white is in there. You see what I'm saying? That lens exposure. And when I'm done with that, let's say I want to upload this. I'll go to one of my file folders. I'll go to some of my designs, go to my ItsDjLee TV, and I'll just drag it right here on top. Now, by doing that, ItsDjLee, if I'm right here, if the cursor is right here, let me just open this a little bit more, zoom in a little bit for you guys. If I zoom in right here, you can see my cursor is all the way over here. So I'm not going to see the ItsDjLee. I just dragged it. If I put the cursor right here, there it is. So I'm going to drag this all the way to the beginning. All right. And I'm going to drag this all, let's say I want to drag it to about, it's just rendering my files right now. Let's say I want to drag it to about right. I could leave it here actually. If this is a 30-second clip, I could leave it right here. All right. But I'm going to drag it to about 10 seconds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fade transition. And the way that this works is everything that the higher up it is. So this is your storyline. If it's right here above the storyline, that's going to be the most background picture. Right above it, it's going to come more to the front. If I put something above that, it's going to be in front of ItsDjLee. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this right here. I'm going to add a fade of one of my transitions. I can add a cross dissolve to make it fade in and fade out at the beginning and end. I could change the length of the fade, shorter or longer. Command Z to bring it back. And I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. Right now, I'm going to also transform this because this is too small of a title screen. Let's make that bigger. I could drag it right here. As long as I'm right here, once you go to color scheme, make sure you come right back to your film transformations. If you click on the transform, the square next to transform, it's going to turn on the manual transform over here. All right. If it's not on, you won't be able to do that. You have to work with just right here, grabbing the actual number and dragging it up or down, or you could just type in the number also. All right. So we're going to do right here to right here, fade in. And that's going to fade in for about 10 seconds, but I don't like that that's 10 seconds. So I'm going to chop it, get rid of this, chop it right here, blade, chop, delete that right there, cross dissolve, put it right here. So now it's going to fade for 5 seconds. Nice. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to grab at the top, I'm going to hit alternate. I'm going to hit option. Command Z first. I'm going to hit option, drag it over to right about here. And now I have another one. And what I can do with this one is I'm going to transform this one. Let's transform this one. And let's make this one smaller. So let's go scale all. And let's make it longer on the Y axis. So it's going to stretch up and down. And I'm going to bring this one to the bottom corner. All right. Leave that right there. And I'm going to take this off the end. I'm going to bring this to the end. I'm going to add that fade back on. And we're going to watch that from the front to the end. That's how that looks on full screen. And so far, everything looks pretty smooth, exactly how I want it to look. And it sounds like we're in this picture with all of these different water sounds. And I'm loving this right here, all right? This plays on for 30 seconds. And I just uploaded one of these types of videos. If you're looking for calming sounds, if you're looking for relaxing sounds for anxiety, depression, or stress, take a look at that video. I have one with music, one without music, all right? And I'm going to have a lot more of these for you guys, all right? This one right here is a beginner tutorial for you guys. And what I want to show you, one more last thing you could do is you want to check at the end that everything cuts off at the same time. If it doesn't, we'll just stretch the ending so that they line up. Let's go right here. Let's stretch the endings. It's going to show you the line. Make sure everything lines up perfectly. You don't want anything straggling at the end. So everything lines up now. You can zoom in and take a look closer. Everything lines up. And let's say that you actually finish transforming something and you want to save that preset. This is the preset I have. I like it. I want to save it. All right. What you're going to do is you're going to come. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get back to this regular screen. I'm going to come right here. Click on the file. Make sure that you click on what you want the preset to look like. So this is the preset I like with the rain, with the color correction, with this transform on it. I'm going to go to save effects preset right here at the bottom right. When I do that, this window pops up. It's going to say what category do you want to save it in. You can create a new category like I do. I do ItsDjLee TV. I'm going to change the effects preset. I'm going to say waterfall. Let's say water. I'll say forest. All right. I would hit save and it would make that new file in that folder. And I'm going to show you the folder. It would be right here underneath effects. I would go to my ItsDjLee TV folder. And if I saved it, it would be right here. All right. So once again, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Any questions, leave a comment down below. Once again, Hopstar Lifestyle virtual tour is going on right now. And if you guys haven't already, start streaming that. If you guys are a big fan of the Hopstar Lifestyle movement in the album, check out Hopstar, Life of a Hopstar Volume 3. That's coming out very soon. Stay tuned. Until next time, guys, I'm out. Welcome to the Hopstar Lifestyle virtual tour. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're hearing me right now. Can I do something for y'all?
If I party like a rockstar, rockstar,
yes.
treat me like a rockstar.
I'm gonna need your help. We causing panic in the streets right now. We filming a movie right now. Yes.
I asked her why she's crying.
Why she's crying? Sing it.
Baby, why you crying? She said, why you lying?
Why you lying?
I said, baby girl, I'm trying.
I need help right now, baby.
Baby girl, I'm
All my Hopstars all over the world. Rockstar.
She treat me like a rockstar.
Like a rockstar.
Said I don't want a rockstar. I party like a pop star.
Like a pop star.
She treat me like a pop